hopeless. So you're feeling hopeless about life, about the world, about your place in it. You're feeling like everything is hopeless, or this one endeavor is hopeless. Like there's nothing to look forward to, right? There's no light at the end of the tunnel. What's the point? It's just, this is a disaster, and that's all it will ever be. And these feelings of hopelessness have basically, brought you down. It could lead to depression, emptiness, despair, heartache, sadness, just, spitefulness, anxiety. Hopelessness sucks. Giving up just sucks. And there's no doubt about that. We're not in denial of that, right? We're here to be real with it. So, we're not out to change the world, and we're not out to change the circumstances, and we're not out to change, your place in it. We can't do that in this video. But we can point you to something else that is holding and witnessing and watching and being aware of this hopelessness. Okay? And we can open that up. And by opening that up, we see that hopelessness and the feelings of hopelessness don't affect you and don't touch you as much. Okay? So we want to invite hopelessness in right now. All of its physical qualities, mental qualities, emotional qualities. If you've been running from it, if it's something that you feel like you've just been avoiding, you can stop that now. Now's the time to go ahead and let it in. This is a safe space, totally cool, totally okay for all your feelings of hopelessness to be here. Okay? Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Inhale 3. So we want to notice the qualities of hopelessness from a distance. And what I mean by notice is we want to put a little bit of space between us and those feelings. All right? So invite them here. If this is tricky, if you feel like this is a little difficult right now, remember the body. Remember to breathe. Notice. Okay? Feel into it again. So let's feel the physical qualities. Let's notice the physical qualities of this hopelessness. It's probably a sad, down, slow, lethargic, frustrated, angry, pissed off kind of quality that's settled in the body and has sort of a rigid, stuck, nasty feeling to it. Because, when you're feeling hopeless, basically, it's like a giant fuck you, right? The body is saying fuck you. Because what's the point? So tap into that. I want you to be aware of all that. Okay, tap into it. We're not identifying with it. We're seeing it from a distance, all this hopeless quality in the body. Oh, totally okay for it to be here. Nothing wrong with it, okay? Emotionally, again, we've touched it already a little bit. There's anger, frustration, grief, sadness, depression. It's hopeless. So, that quality. Those are the emotional qualities to it. Tears, anger. And now the mental qualities of it. All the things that you tell yourself on a moment-to-moment or daily basis about, oh, it's just hopeless, This and that is hopeless. The world is hopeless. Politics are hopeless. My life is hopeless. What's the point? All the little mental triggers. All of the hamster wheel stuff that goes on mentally. So we're now noticing all of these things, all the qualities of hopelessness, okay, from a distance, right? It's all here. Take a breath. So now let's notice something very, very different. Let's notice the aware, witnessing, watching part of you that sees, that notices this hopelessness, okay? It's that ageless part of you. The same one that you had as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, okay? Always there, right? The same ageless one, hasn't changed, whatsoever. That's the aware partner we're talking about. Okay? So I want you to notice something about it. Feelings or qualities of hopelessness, do not touch it. It doesn't experience hopelessness. It doesn't know hopelessness. It's not feeling hopeless. Quite the opposite. It feels okay, clear, fine. It's, completely at peace, completely calm. There you go, right? It's not hopeless. It's quite okay. It's a bit of a, this gets into some of the paradox here, a bit of an irony here, that you tap into this quality that doesn't feel, it's not capable of being or feeling hopeless, and then all of a sudden there's some hope, right? There's some oh wow, that's awesome. So it gives you a sense of hope by doing this in a paradoxical sort of a way. So, that's what we're doing here. It's and that's the trick. So when you're feeling this negative down qualities of hopelessness, and it's got you bummed out, mentally, physically, and it's inhibiting your life, tap into this awareness. Okay? Tap into this okayness, this clear part of you that cannot know or experience hopelessness. That's at peace. That's doing just fine. And see the paradox there, that when you open to this, hopelessness has no room to do anything. And so what's weird is that there's a certain hope in that. Replaces it with oh, okay, well that's awesome. So it gives you a hope for all other things. All other things become possible. And then you don't see the world that way, because your own internal world has hope. Right? And this hope is directly tied to the amount of awareness that's there. Kind of weird, right? It's a bit of a paradox. So that's the trick. That's what you want to do when you're feeling this hopelessness. The tap into the body, breathe, and remember to be aware. Just like now. Okay, excellent. We'll end with 3 deep breaths. Inhale 1.